Welcome back to my channel. I told y'all that I was gonna be consistent with this video thing. Now I don't know about the being consistent with this makeup thing, because if you know me, I don't wear makeup like that. I only wear makeup if I'm going out to somewhere special, but I don't wear makeup like that. And I told myself, okay, like I'm gonna do my makeup for this video, but I have like some errands that I want to run, and I'm like, if I do my makeup, it's just gonna take too long. So y'all, let's just jump right into the video, because I don't want to have like that long intro situation that people be having. But as you can tell from the title, we about to tackle some real situations here. So I'm a creative. A lot of people don't know specifically what I do, but I am a designer, graphic, merch designer, and a creative director, stylist, and a certified life coach. So I do a lot, and I do a lot pertaining to the creative world. A lot of times, creative things just flow to me. It just come. I just look at something and I envision something else. That's how my creativity comes in. But a lot of other times it's hard for me to create. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to just tell you guys some of the things that you can do when you're in a creative block. Like when you're in a writer's block. I'm also a writer, so when you're in a writer's block, when you have a creator's block, like when you just on the block, like when you just having a block, like a mental block, I want to give y'all some tips that y'all can take heed to when you guys are in that season. I worked at a branding agency for 2 years, and that's a whole testimony on how I even got that job. But while in that job, probably like in the 1 year mark, I like had a creator's block like crazy, and I was just jumping into the game like for real, for real. So I didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know, like, I just didn't know what the heck was going on. So when I couldn't create, when it was being frustrated for me to create, like I just was frustrated. And like I'm faith based. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. And I was angry. I'm like, God, what's going on? Like I can't create. I can't think of nothing. Nothing's coming together. Everything I design is trash. Like what's going on? Like I was really frustrated throughout that season. But it's a few things that I didn't know that I could have focused on in that season to help me get back into the groove, but I didn't know. So that season lasted longer than it should have. So today I'm gonna give y'all four. I believe I have four, and if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at my board, because yesterday I was just like in my room, and then like this idea just dropped. Like Holy Spirit just dropped this in my head. So I'm just like, I had to like hurry up and write it down. I wrote it down on my board. So if you see me looking this way, that's what I'm looking at. And I have 4 points and 4 things that you can do when you are in a creator's block, writer's block, or you just you lost your groove for whatever like you do. The first thing that you can do to help you um, get back into your groove is to slow down. Slow down. So if you feel like you're in a creative block, one thing could be is like either you're doing too much, you're busy with too many things, you're trying to create too many things at one time, and you're just clustered. Like it's kind of like, you know, when a pipe is clustered, like I don't know how to say it, but like, you know, the holes, when it has like a hole, like when it's tied up and the water can't flow, like that, like it's too much pressure right there, like it's not, you can't flow, it's not easy flowing because you're doing a lot, like you're trying to create a lot, you're trying to muster up a lot. So one thing for you to do is slow down. Look at your workload, look at the stuff that you're doing, look how at the amount of tasks that you have to complete and the amount of projects that you're trying to do. Me, I don't know, I'm just like a busy kind of body, so I like to work on several projects at the same time. So I would tell you guys, like, look at your project list, like look at the workload that you have, and prioritize it. Like, all right, this needs to be done within the next 3 months. This needs to be done within the next week. So I'm not going to try to focus on what needs to be done within the next 3 weeks right now. I'm going to focus on what needs to be done within the next week right now, and put all your focus in that. And don't try to separate or share your focus with something that needs to be done within the next 3 weeks, because you're wasting time and energy and creativity with trying to focus on something that's not the priority right now. So that could be one thing. Like, that's the first thing, to slow down and to sit still in that. The second most important thing is to go back to God, which ties into the sitting still, but it's also slowing down. Again, I know I'm creative only because of God. Like, everything I design, everything I come up with, I know it's because of God. Like, and I ain't trying to make this so super like spiritual, whatever, but everything I create is from God. Like, seriously. He gives me the idea. Like, I did not think about that on my own. So sit still. You may have not been doing your quiet time. You may have not been consulting him about what to do next, how to do it, what to design here, what color to use. You may have not been going back to your source. So a second thing that you need to be doing, if you're in a creator's block or in a writer's block, is going back to God. Like, setting up your quiet time, because you most likely got too busy with whatever you've been doing with work and whatever, that you forgot to go back to your creator. You forgot to consult your creator, because you thought you were doing it like you're doing it on your own. You got the flow of things. So it's like, all right, I don't need you now. We can take the training wheels off. I'm good. I'm straight. But it's like, no. How are you going to get your next idea? How are you going to cultivate this idea? How are you going to keep pushing with that idea without the source, without the person that gave it to you? So that's another thing. That should have been the first thing, but that's the most important thing out of all the 4 things that I'm going to be telling you, is to go back to your creator. He is the ultimate creator. Like, he created the sky, the universe, like excuse me. He created everything. Like, he is the ultimate creator. So it's really nothing in this world that he cannot give you creativity wise. So if you feel like you've been in a creative block, you've been in a writer's block, you have been in a funk, you need to step back in and connect back with your creator, because he is the only one that can help you create. He's the only one that can help you write that song. He's the only one that can help you create that flyer. He's the only one that can help you create that dope t-shirt. He's the only one that can give you that dope event. Like, he's the only one that's never been done before. He's the only one that can give you that, because he's the source. Like, his creativity never runs dry. Like, he don't have creator's block. Like, he don't have writer's block. He does not have that. Like, he owns the very source of creativity. So if you feel like you're in a creative block, it's time to go back to your creator, because somewhere along the line you have disconnected. Somewhere along the line you started doing it yourself, and we all have done that. We all fall victim to that. Like, all right, you gave me this idea, we finna run with it. I'm trying to mud it. I'm gonna try to, like, make sure I do it good. I'm gonna try to make sure I maximize off of it. But it's like, you forgot to come back to me for step 2. Hold on, sis. I gave you step 1. You need step 2, and you gonna need step 2 sooner than you think. You know what I'm saying? So by the time we get back to him, we should have been on step 4, but we ran off on the plug on step 1. So I want to just tell you guys to connect back with the source. Connect back with God. Have quiet time with God. And get back to that. So 1 and 2 connects with each other. Sitting still connects with going back to God. But you got to understand, like, when you go back to God, you're going to be talking, you're going to be telling him, like, God, I feel this way, I can't create this event not coming to how I want it. What do I write in this song? What do I put on this t-shirt? You're going to be speaking, you're going to be talking to him, you're going to be expressing to him how you feel. Now, sitting still is a whole different thing, because you sitting still. You ain't talking. You just sitting still and you waiting on him to tell you what to do. So those are 2 different things. Although they connect, they are 2 different things. All right, for the third thing, You need to change your focus. Change your focus for a bit. Like, stop what you're doing for a bit. Maybe, you know, like maybe you're in the office all the time. That's how you work. You're in the office. Maybe ask your boss if you can, like, if you work in a creative field, maybe ask your boss if you could go work downtown. I live in Miami. Maybe you could go work downtown. Maybe you could go work down in Wynwood. Maybe you can go up top. You know what I'm saying? Like, change your focus, change your environment. Say, like, as for me, I have a podcast. I've just launched this the Startup Academy. I have a fashion production company. I'm not focusing on all of those things at one time. Different seasons, I'm more focused on one than I am the other. So right now I'm focused on building up my podcast. So recording a podcast, creating content for the podcast, posting on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And with the way I create content for my podcast, I'm just not putting like text notes and stuff like that. No offense to anybody that is, but I take my time to generate creative and dope stuff that I would be attracted to. So lately I just been feeling like, yo, like, it ain't coming to me, it's not flowing like how I need to flow. So I shifted my focus. Not that I'm not doing it anymore, not that I'm not creating content for me to put on the gram and my social media and all that type of stuff for the podcast, but I shifted my focus. Like, I stopped pounding my head on this content calendar. Like, I stopped pounding my head on it, and I'm like, all right, God, I give that to you. Let me focus on this Startup Academy. Let me focus on something different right now, and not have my head so far deep into this content calendar and just staring at this content calendar, and I can't come up with nothing. So I gotta shift my focus. Maybe I gotta look for inspiration. Maybe I gotta start reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, shift my focus from creating content and shift it to something else. So building and establishing this 4-week virtual course that I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm shifting I'm shifting my focus. I'm not so focused on creating the content for Unleashing Souls, but now I'm focused on building something else. And not saying that I'm not being consistent with that. I'm just removing my head out of that bubble. Like, I'm dropping that tab down of that content calendar, if that makes sense. So I would say to change your focus in that moment. So if you are, let's see, how can I put this? If you are a graphic designer, right? And you get your content or you get your inspo from Pinterest, like that's what you do. You get your inspo from Pinterest. That's how you create. That's how you do what you do. Change your focus. Like, if you have a client that comes and they want t-shirts, change your focus. Don't go on Pinterest and try to find dope inspiration and stuff like that. Pick up a magazine. Go to the bookstore. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to look at dope clothing. Go to the design district. Go to these stores, and you know what I'm saying? Go to a store. Go to the thrift. Change your focus. Change how you get inspiration. Take your mind off of the work that you have to do and the way that you've done your work, and shift it to a different process. So you used to go on Pinterest all the time to get inspiration for your flyers. Now you got a client that needs t-shirts. Go to the thrift. Go to these top-notch dope stores. You know what I'm saying? Get inspiration from that instead of focusing on this flyer, focusing on Pinterest and how you gonna get your stuff. Change your focus. Change how you get your information. Change how you get your inspo. Change your focus, your dynamic. Change it real quick. Don't keep pounding your head in that book, you know what I'm saying, or on that page. Flip the page, try something new, because that's the only way you're gonna really get dope inspiration. If you stuck in your room 24/7, you see the 4 white walls constantly. So go to the living room. Go to the living room and don't take your laptop. Go to the living room and take a magazine and just flip through the magazine, and don't worry about creating. Just worry about enjoying the content, enjoying the value that's in that magazine, enjoying the art. So change your focus from having to produce to consume. And that you do that in moderation also, but in the case of this video, change your focus from producing to consuming, so you can see some stuff in a different light. So that's the third thing. So the first thing was to slow down and sit still. Second thing was to connect back to your creator. And then the third thing is to change your focus. Now the fourth thing, it sounds real cliche or whatever, but it works. Clean your room. Clean your room. Like, if you are a stay-at-home designer or creative or whatever, and you don't have an office yet, and you don't go like to Starbucks and Panera or whatever to work, and you work out of your room, you don't have your office built yet, 9 times out of 10 you so focused on what the heck you doing that your room is just whatever it is. Clean your room. Like, create an atmosphere where you can work out of. Like, no paper bills on the table, clothes everywhere, that one chair that's full of clothes. Like, no, you gotta clean your room, light some candles, put on your diffuser. Like, a lot of the times when our rooms are like messy or just stuff everywhere, it's like stuff that we're avoiding. Like, subconsciously, it's stuff that you're avoiding, or stuff that you're not trying to deal with, or just a lot of stuff being on your mind. So you cannot create like that. You can't create when a lot of stuff is on your mind. You can't create when you're stressed. You can't create when you're angry. You cannot create when you don't have the proper mind frame. So how can you create if your environment just is buzzed? How can you create if your environment is filthy, or if your environment is not peaceful, or doesn't smell good? Like, how can you create an environment that's not comfortable? You know what I'm saying? So take it into like the mind and the physical, because whatever is going on in your mind comes out in the physical. So if you got a lot of stuff on your mind, you're avoiding a lot of stuff, you putting stuff off to the corner, you're gonna do that. It's gonna show in your room, so, or wherever you work at. So I would say to clean out your room. Like, clean out your workspace. Like, take a Monday, you go to the office or whatever the case is, take a few hours to clean. Like, dust off, like, move the way you put your shelf. Like, change your environment. Like, clean your environment, light some candles, like turn on the diffuser, like put some smell up in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, clean your room, because you need a clean workspace area for your mind to be clean. Like, remove everything that's just like too much in your room, stuff that you don't need. The pile of clothes that's been on your side of your bed, like, that's been your bed for the past 2 weeks. Like, clean it out. Like, you are going to be able to create so much better when you have a clean workspace, because it's also going to show in your mind. I know when I have a lot on my mind, I can't create. I'm not focused on that. I'm not fully focused on that, because I have so much other things running on in my mind. So dump whatever's on your mind out. Like, write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, run. Like, what can you do to vent? Call a homegirl, call a homeboy, vent. Write down. Listen to music for a little bit. Go running, go exercising. But take everything that's in your mind out. You know what I'm saying? Like, dump it somewhere. So you can have a clearer mind space. So you can have a clean mind space. And the same with your room, with your workspace. Clean your workspace. Smells, I like smells. Like, I have a candle lit right now. It's like a peach candle. It smells so good. I like that. Like, I like coming into my room and my room is smelling good. I like the blinds to be open. Like, I like light and stuff like that. So clean your room, bring in light, bring in smells, just bring in stuff that you've never done before. And trust me, that's gonna help you create better. That's gonna help you like have a freer mind, a freer workspace, a lighter workspace. Because I don't know about y'all, but if I come in, like when my room is just like messy, I got clothes everywhere, I walk in it and it feels so heavy. And once I clean, once I sweep, once I vacuum, once I like light my candles and wipe off like my dressers and stuff like that, my room feels so light. Like it feel like, ooh, I want to just stay in here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the 4 things that can help you get out of your creative block or your writer's block. It's a whole bunch of other things. Comment down below what are some things that you do to help you get out of your creative block, to help you get out of your writer's block. Yeah, so those are all. Sit still, stop what you're doing, stop and sit still, slow down. That's number 1. Number 2, which is the most important, connect back to your creator. Number 3, change your focus. Number 4, clean your room, clean your headspace, clean out, purge out your room, your workspace, your head. Those are the 4 things. Those are all I have. Those are the most important things I feel like that can help you get out of your creative block and out of your writer's block. So again, like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. And comment down below like some things that you do to get out of your creative block. And I can't wait to see y'all in the next video. Send this to y'all creative friends. Send this to y'all what you call it, co-workers and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to make the videos real short because I like watching short and straight to the point videos. So see y'all the next time. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast. Follow me on Instagram. The link's gonna be down below. Later.